This is ppc.zone October 2025 Challenging Assumptions. I'm your host, Jill Saskin-Gales. I use the pronouns she and her. I'm a Google Ads coach, ex-Googler, and the founder of the Inside Google Ads course, podcast, and book. I created ppc.zone in 2022 to elevate new perspectives and insights in our industry. Before we get started, I do want to mention that if you're running ads in Europe, Google's consent mode isn't optional anymore. You can't properly track conversions without it, which means your campaigns are flying blind and you're wasting ad spend. That's where our sponsor, Cookiebot by Usercentrics, comes in. Cookiebot automatically manages user consent on your site, and it connects seamlessly with Google Consent Mode. With Cookiebot, your Google Ads campaigns keep their conversion tracking and analytics optimization even when users opt out of cookies. This means more accurate reporting, smarter bidding, and better ROI. I use Cookiebot on my own website. It is quick and easy to set up. If I can do it, you can do it. And it lets me turn compliance into my competitive edge. You can sign up for a free trial of Cookiebot by Usercentrics, all while supporting ppc.zone by going to consent.ppc.zone. That's consent.ppc.zone to start your free trial of Cookiebot by Usercentrics. Consent.ppc.zone. First up in the zone is the founder and president of Digital for Startups, Inc., a full-service marketing agency. Today, she's here to share 7 simple questions for PPC's success. It is a great pleasure that I introduce you to Reva Minkoff. Welcome, Reva.
Hey, Jill, thanks so much for having me. Hey, everybody. Today, I am excited to talk to you all about 7 simple questions for PPC success. I think one of my superpowers is getting PPC to sound simple from the crazy. And so hopefully this will help you all feel like you have what you need, no matter whether you're a beginner or advanced, as you look through your campaigns to think about whether they're going to work going forward. So the first question I think you need to, it's important to ask is, what are you trying to accomplish? So what are your objectives? What are your goals? The closer you can get to your campaign to what you're trying to actually achieve, the better it will do. And I mean that by being specific. So if you're a travel site and you're looking for reservations, or a B2B site and you want someone to download a white paper or submit a lead, make sure you identify that specifically, as opposed to yourself at least, as opposed to trying to just say, oh, I just want them to go to the website, or I just want them to convert. Once you know what you're trying to achieve, you can then figure out how best to bid on it. So there's an increasingly large number of options when it comes to paying for online ads. You can do maximize conversions, maximize conversion value, target CPA, target ROAS, maximize clicks. There's still manual options. There are new maximize profit options coming coming online soon. So as you're thinking about this, it really helps to tie it back to your goal and pick the bidding option that most aligns with what you're trying to achieve. If a lot of leads sounds fantastic, but not if they come in at more than your target CPA, make sure that you use target CPA so that you can target your cost per acquisition. If you don't have conversion tracking in place, you may be stuck with maximize clicks or manual bidding, and that's okay. But again, think about what you're trying to do, and also how fast you can get conversions in to then pick a goal that better aligns with what you're looking for. The third question is, what are you paying for? Because these providers are increasingly providing a large number of options in terms of how you're actually charged, which is very different from how you actually bid. So make sure, especially on Meta and Google, that you know if it's pay per click or pay per impression. There are some other platforms that give you options around pay per action, pay per visitor. A platform used to have pay per engaged visitor that let you pay a little bit more on the platform if you only were going to pay for visitors who stayed for 30 seconds or more, which was, in my opinion, totally worth the extra 25 cents. And some cases will even let you pay per event RSVP or follower, which again, if that's what you're looking to achieve with your campaign, that's probably a better payment model for you than pay per click or pay per impression. So really think about how you can get this as close to what you're trying to achieve as possible. The fourth thing is to think about when and where you're paying for it. So I know that some of this is a little bit controversial, but I think it's really important to make sure that your ads are only showing when your business is open, people can only call when you can answer, and that the ads are only showing to your potential customers. So in my opinion, if you have a pizza place and you don't sell pizza after 11 o'clock at night because you're normally a restaurant, I would probably not be showing my ads from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. When people are looking for pizza that they want to get for late night, because you won't be able to fulfill what they're looking for, and they're just going to be frustrated. You're paying for traffic you can't use. In addition, if you have a call center and you're B2B and that call center doesn't work on the weekends, I probably wouldn't show the ads on the weekends, because when they call looking for an immediate conversion, no one's going to be able to talk to them. So I think that these are good ways to save money. My favorite story about ads showing to potential customers is one of my first clients was my guitar teacher, and he only taught in a particular county in New York State, but he was advertising his ads to all of New York State. And if you're familiar with New York State, you know it's very large. So while he taught basically right outside New York City, his ads were showing up in Buffalo and Rochester, which is 7 hours away. So when we changed his ads to only show where he teaches, all of his KPIs increased over 1,000%, and I was a genius. It's not rocket science, but it was very helpful in this particular area. So again, make sure that your ads are really showing to people you mean to reach. How are you targeting? So it's important to think about what you're targeting to. There are so many options for targeting. My personal favorite are in-market audiences. If you're doing anything with e-com, or honestly B2B and leads as well, if you can find people who are looking for the thing that you are selling, it is more likely that they are going to convert and be warmer than if you were just going to target them based on, say, age and gender. So do make sure you think about the best, again, way to target towards your goal. And of course, does the user experience match what you advertised? So landing pages are one of the most important things when it comes to the online experience. You want to make sure that the searcher is going to what you're promising them that you are going to take them to. If the promise doesn't match, you are less likely to get conversions and more likely to have unhappy people. My favorite example of this, I live in Chicago, and I'm in a neighborhood called Logan Square. And somebody was advertising for a sunny Logan Square apartment. So what would you expect to see? Your answers would probably include things like sun and windows, a well-lit space. But this is their ad, which, as you can see, was dimly lit. And of course, people took them to task in the comments section that everything was dark. So this is just an example, right, of how it's probably not worth advertising. Now, luckily, they weren't paying for this. It was just a Facebook post. But if they were, it would be a big waste of money. And even on the Facebook post, right, they're not going to get the people that they're looking for. So make sure that when you advertise, if you're advertising something sunny, show sun, show windows. If you're advertising a product, show them that product at that price. Lastly, the most important thing is to make sure you're testing. Test. Always be testing. And I think our next speaker is going to speak about that a little bit as well. But Optimizely and with the visual website optimizer are great ways you can do website landing page tests without needing to code. Google has experiment features, which can be very powerful. Meta has experiment features now. No matter what you're using, make sure you're testing and never stopping testing. If you are only running one ad at a time, you're missing an opportunity to learn and to make your program better. So with that, I will leave this up for a second. These are my 7 questions. What's your goal? How are you bidding? What are you paying for? When and where are you being charged for it? Who are you targeting with your ads? Does your user experience match what you advertised? And last but not least, are you testing? So Google and pay-per-click in general can be complicated. I said, hopefully this helps make it a little bit simpler as you're thinking about where and when to advertise. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Thank you so much, Reva, for sharing your unique perspective and insights with us in the Zone. If you'd like to connect with Reva Minkoff, you can find her on LinkedIn. Our next event will be in December 2025, and we are confirming the lineup right now. So if you would like to apply to speak at an upcoming PPC Zone event, you can do so on our website at ppc.zone. Thank you one more time to our sponsor, CookieBot by UserCentrics for supporting our mission to elevate new perspectives and insights in our industry. You can learn more at consent.ppc.zone. I'm your host, Jill Saskin-Gales. Be sure to follow me on LinkedIn and/or subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you don't miss future PPC Zone events. I look forward to seeing you next time in the zone.